Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Diamond Zone. Thursday morning. Is it Thursday morning? It is. It's Thursday morning. What's the date? Oh my God, the 24th. August 24th. I can't believe it was just Memorial Day. Now it's going to be Labor Day. It's totally crazy. Hey guys, so welcome. Yesterday was a great call. Mr. Jeremy Roma coming on. And, for all the people that are new, I got a lot of text messages. I guess the word spreading about Diamond Zone. Can I be on Diamond Zone? This is an open forum, guys. If whoever you have in your group, doesn't make a difference. We just really believe in obviously connecting as much as we can with the field and just giving them just little nuggets every day. And because I know exactly what a lot of people go through on a daily basis. And I know more than anybody what fear and doubt is all about. And, fear and doubt is really that's your Achilles heel, okay, is understanding, is this working? I know sometimes when you come off a pay cycle that we just came through, too weak, and maybe you didn't achieve the goals you want, and you start questioning yourself. And, I'll tell you this. It's not whether or not you question yourself, it's how you handle it. And it's just always going back to, and I know it sounds repetitive, but it always goes back to that desire and to your why, and that hopefully helps you keep going. But I do urge you, if you have fear and doubt, okay, you got to reach up. You got to reach up to your upline president or above. You got to reach up to your sponsors and vent. It's okay. It's okay. I understand. And the reason I talk about this is because, obviously not everybody gets the results they want to get as fast as they want to get it. But there are little tweaks you could make, right, to better your chances, to get momentum. Everybody, sometimes you get off to a great start, you hit a rank, and you think you're on cloud nine. But obviously the problem is, when people hit a rank, and we had a lot of rank advancements, the natural thing to do is to take your foot off the pedal to exactly what got you to your rank. And because you think, okay, it's over, I've arrived. And yes, you have arrived. You did accomplish something very, very big. But now's the time to put the pedal to the metal. You see, it's the exact opposite. It's not take your foot off and manage. It's now, wait a minute, I have momentum. I got to ride this momentum. And that's what a lot of people miss. And the other thing they miss is really the time frame it really takes to build a consistent base, right? It's an 18-month commitment, 18 months of a consistent run. And a lot of people say, well, that's tough. It is what it is. This is what it is. It takes time to build that consistent base where you start to make consistent money. And so anyway, hopefully we'll help you with some nuggets today. But first and foremost, guys, remember Vegas. If you guys were on Taylor Worry's call, Vegas is in October. I actually forgot the dates already. Sorry. But they're all over the website. The big Vegas event with all the new announcements. I keep hearing about all these new announcements and all the different things that will be coming our way for the fourth quarter, which I do think is going to take us to a whole new level. But that's what conferences are for, to really get the base re-energized so they go back to work, in November, December, and January. And I believe those will be record months for our company because all the things we've been talking about, from my understanding, are coming our way in a very big way. So don't forget about Vegas. I want to continue what we've been talking about for the last couple of days, guys. I went off yesterday. Hey, Anne-Marie, can you see my screen today? Okay. Because you texted me and said my screen wasn't up at all yesterday, but that's okay. All right, so obviously, as you know, when you get involved in the business, this is exactly what stops. right here. It's consistently putting people into your funnel. And guys, you got to empty the basket. There's many ways to skin this cat. Bottom line is you need people. And if you're a seasoned person and you want to get into some cold market advertising, okay, it's a great way, right, to practice. But let me share with you just a little nugget about cold market. Unless you commit to 90 days, don't commit to cold market. This is my opinion. In other words, some people go, I'm going to run an ad. And if the ad works, I'll run another ad. No. You have to run ads consistently. I remember we started running radio. And the person we used to buy radio from, this was years ago, said, listen, I'm only going to take your money if you commit to 6 months of radio. Because it takes time for people to hear your ad. And you got to continually be in people's ear on a daily basis. And it wasn't until the third month where we started to get consistent leads. It wasn't until the third month until we got our script down. But obviously understand when you enter into cold market, right, a lot of times there's money involved there. So it's just money out versus money return. It's just a business decision. But I will say this. Most of you haven't been through your warm market yet. So I always say, start with your warm market always. Hone your skills in your warm market, because the same skill set it takes with warm market, it's going to take with cold market. And I know I'm being repetitive with some of the things we talked about in the last couple of days, because the bottom line is this. When you really hone your skills and understand how to build rapport and get people to believe you, like you, trust you, right, it's obviously a lot easier to take people to the next step. Okay, because everybody that you friendship with, these are your potential prospects, right? Now, understand, I was talking to somebody yesterday, and we were talking about warm market. And I said, well, listen, there's a lot of people maybe in your warm market you haven't connected with. Okay, you got to reconnect first before you go back out there and talk to them about the business. So just little things, guys, and I know that's a repetitive statement, but understand a lot of people will go out there, right, and they'll just start calling people or texting people. But the bottom line is this. This is what we do. This is our business. And a lot of people have to get really good at promoting your approach. You got to have a game plan. Every single day, there's got to be a game plan. Am I going to text? Am I going to email? Am I going to call? What networking events am I going to go to? Am I going to work out? What is my approach on a daily basis? This is the number one thing. And if you don't have this planned out, guess what you normally do? We all know the answer there, right? If you don't have it planned out, you normally do nothing. Okay, so it's scheduling. It's circling, like tonight. Okay, we're going to this. There's a concert in the park, and there's two good bands that we're going to go see tonight. But I know, okay, that the group that we're going to be around, right? There's going to be hundreds and hundreds of people, but that's a planned event. And when we go to a planned event, right? Of course we're going to have fun, but my antenna is always up. My conversations are very direct. I'm not trying to recruit everybody. I'm not trying to get everybody, but I'm certainly have my awareness about me. I'm certainly going to start conversations. It's not just sitting there, right, and having a glass of wine and some cheese, right? I'm going to go out there and there's going to be people all around me. And it's just conversations. So it's being aware. Okay, last night we went out to dinner with my two daughters, and there's a place. It's in Santa Monica, and they have this outdoor mall. It's like streets of just shops. So every shop we went into, right, we bought a bunch of stuff. Okay, but every shop we went into, we talked to people, right? It was just it's just who you are. And I'm not saying, but you know what? Yesterday we put just going up and down the street, we put 6 people in the funnel. I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea. but they knew exactly what we did. We took the conversation there. It's just taking advantage of all the opportunities because that's your business. And until you get comfortable with this, it's sometimes it's very uncomfortable, right? If you don't know how to get into conversations with people. But here's the thing about our business. And I've said this so many times. It's the urgency. It's the urgency. How many people on this call have new blood in your organization? Okay. Have you reached out to them? Have they gotten the welcome letter? Do they understand the urgency of 72 hours getting them results? Do you understand what happens, guys, right? As soon as people make that commitment and they press the buy button, right? And then all of a sudden, they realize they don't have anything yet. They don't have the product. They have what? They have excitement. Well, what do you think happens to that excitement? See, I went to Foot Locker yesterday, and when I bought my shoes, because I'm like a little kid. Okay, I buy shirts, I buy T-shirts, I buy shoes, basketball shoes, I buy hats. Okay, that just makes me happy. Okay, so when I bought it, when I bought my stuff, and I spent whatever I spent yesterday, I got what I bought. I have my shoes, I have my shirts. When someone buys something here, what do they have? They don't have anything. And so now, if the person who sponsors them doesn't understand urgency, and you think that person is going to be excited 4 weeks from now or 3 weeks from now, if they don't hear from you, when the product finally does show up? No. See, you got to have that urgency to get with your person. Forget the product at this point. It's within 72 hours, I say 24 hours, that they're getting that welcome letter. They're getting that welcome call. You're sitting down and you're sharing with them the vision and getting them to see the potential here. It's getting them on Diamond Zone. It's making sure they're part of a system. Otherwise, a lot of people say, well, I don't know what happened to so-and-so. Well, so-and-so bought a package and was never called back again. It's the urgency of getting with your people, guys. Because as you know, a new person, right, their excitement level, okay, if you don't capitalize on that, they're going to be part of the 2/3 of the people that either are frozen or they quit before they even get their product. I'm talking about mentally. It's being excited. Right? It's portraying your belief and your confidence. Well, here we go again. When disbelief meets disbelief, what happens? You follow me? Nothing. So if you don't have the belief, you got to pull somebody else in, especially if you have all these new people. I say it all the time. Sponsoring is a responsibility. And I want to make sure I'm giving that person the best chance for success. So when you're just out and about, I'm talking about right now people in your organization that are either who just made a decision, or maybe you have people in your organization that haven't done much. Listen, you can't spend your time hoping people are going to do something. You have one shot. And really the one shot is when people make that decision and those first 72 hours. Because normally people are going to do what they're going to do. And if they're going to be somebody that's going to build it, they're going to do it within those first 72 hours. You're going to see activity. If they don't, they're probably not. But you don't keep spending your time beating up the same people. You got to get new blood. Always. Now, then all of a sudden, when you have a group, you got to manage what? Your time. You got to manage your time. And you always have the time for new blood. Most people will stop bringing in new blood and they'll work with the people that are doing nothing. That's the toughest part. I'm going to make this person do something. I'm going to make this. No, you're not. No, you're not. I'm not that good. None of the presidential millionaires are that good. No one can make somebody do something. You just got to give them the path to run on quickly. So when you're out there, the focus always has to be, right, to bring in new people at this point. So you got to have your approach. You got to know what to ask people. We've talked about this a lot on Diamond Zone, right? You all know what FLOP is: your family, your life, your occupation, your passion. Talk about those things, and I'm telling you, you're going to build a rapport. You will find a connection. If you don't find a connection, chances of you bringing that person in or making that person feel comfortable with you to at least receive your information is slim and none. You will always find a connection somewhere if you go out there and start really talking about those things with people, right? But you can't come across as you're trying to get them. It's sincerity. Okay, and there's times I was talking to people yesterday, right? There was no connection, but it doesn't make a difference. I still got into the conversation. Sort, move quickly. Now, sorting and moving quickly goes two different ways. I'm sorting and moving quickly through my new people. What do I got? What do I got? What do I got? And I'm sorting and moving quickly with the people in my funnel. But once again, this is where a lot of you are going to stall, and this is where a lot of you are going to be paralyzed, because you're going to bring a new person in who's just not motivated and they're cold, and you're going to try to make that person warm. You're going to try to make that person hot. Not going to do it. People are either going to do it or they're not. And that goes for the people that made the decision and people who are looking to make a decision. So when you go out there, if I'm talking to somebody, right, and it's moving right away, I'm going to get them information quickly. But let's talk about people, for example, that you're trying to get to second base. You know what first base is, right? It's the 2-minute video. After second base, after them seeing a webinar, shouldn't you really have the assumption they know if they like it or not? I don't care who does the webinars. I don't care what leader, I don't care what person does it. When the information is given, don't you think people know if they like it? Well, let me ask you this question. Did you not know? How fast did you all move? Pretty fast, right? Well, why would you not expect that from everybody else? A lot of you have a bunch of people in your funnel that you think you have to keep feeding them information, and then they're going to make the decision. I'm telling you right now, okay? Once you get people, maybe you might answer a couple of questions, but very quickly, the right people just do. They're going to let you know, hot, warm, or cold. But if you start hearing all this other stuff, I'm going to wait for blood glucose. I want to know if it's this. I want to know if it's that. Well, when you tell me how it works, if you could send me this article, those people never do it. And I know this is hard, especially if they're the only person in your funnel. That's the difference. If that person is one out of 10 people in your entire funnel, once again, as I talk about all the time, they become your opportunity. And they have you chasing your tail, answering their questions. No, I never let that. I always say this to people, that's not important. They might not even like that. That's not important. I'm not in that business. Because I know without a doubt, it's not important. But I want people to understand very quickly, when you bring in a new person or you're prospecting a person, you should be able to find out very quickly hot, warm, or cold. I spend no time with cold. I spend very little time with warm. And I spend all my time with hot prospects. I spend all my time with hot distributors. Okay, what I mean by that is, okay, I want to work with people that want to run. all the people with all the reasons why it's not working, okay, you know what? That's their journey. But one thing's for sure I have to protect. You know what that is? The one thing you need to protect is right here. You got to protect yourself from all the people that are telling you all the reasons why it doesn't work. Because I'm telling you, it weighs on you. Because let's face it, the challenge in this business is dealing with all the negativity. But you have to understand that's the business. Most people you bring in, right, are living with negativity. And so they either want to move forward or they don't. So it's not about all that stuff that keeps you paralyzed because they think they have to have all these questions answered. They don't. Okay? So promote your approach. Okay? Now, we've got to get good, all of us, at creating interest. Now, we all know what the company does to create interest. It's the 2-minute video, right? We all know that. Okay, but as I talked about yesterday, okay, it's setting up the 2-minute video correctly. Now, I'm not going to go into that. Watch yesterday's call about how to create interest the right way to get people to want your information. How? Sharing your story that relates to them. The benefits of the business. Selling the dream. Selling a new excitement. This is what gets people, right? They have to see themselves within you. That's what they have to do. Hang on, let me mute everybody out. Boom. Okay. And let's make sure no one writes. Okay. So, creating interest. Okay, practicing your story. Practicing your story, right? Listening to where people are at in their life and then get really good at spinning, right? And relating to their story through you. We talked about this a lot on testimonials. We're going to do that again because I know there's always new people on this call. And it's understanding really what you're offering people. And I know it's a broken record, but I want to make sure you understand when I bring a new person in or if I'm talking to people, the way I create interest within people, I know, don't roll your eyes, okay, is right here. This is how I create interest. When I bring a new person in, okay, I'm going to cover this too with this slide because this slide covers a multitude of sins. I have to understand what I'm offering people. I bring this up every time I do a conversation. Every time I have a conversation, something from this slide always comes into play. Okay? But here's the other side of this. When you're trying to bring somebody into the business, okay? Now, I might step on some toes here, but that's okay. That's what Diamond Zone's about. I never bring up free users. I don't know what the purpose of that is. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't think so. Why would I have somebody know about being a free user? What's the purpose? Well, Jeff, I sponsored 70 people, had this conversation the other day. I said, 70? They said, yes. I said, okay, well, there's something amiss, and I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. I said, okay, but I saw your volume since you've been involved. He goes, well, I go, let me ask a question. How many of those people bought a package? 6. 6? Whoa, hang on a second. So you're telling me 64 people are free users? And so I found the problem. That's the good news. See, when you ask questions, you can find the problem. What's the purpose? Now, I didn't beat that person up. It's just how they were brought in. So I said, okay, we got to make a correction. Before you ask for the money, you got to let people know the value of what they're going to be purchasing. And I'm not going to ever talk about free user. Why? And by the way, guys, if you're going to put me on a three-way call, because you don't have to put me on a three-way call, I just want to tell you the rules, because I did 2 yesterday. And I went through my whole three-way call, and the person said, well, you know what? I'm just going to start with that free user. I said, wait a minute, what? And the distributor goes, oh yeah, okay, he wants the free user spot. So don't put me on a three-way call if that person knows about free user. Okay, there's no reason for it if the person wants to build a business. Okay, so before you get somebody started, you have to sit down with them. And you say, listen, before you make your decision, Anne-Marie, I just want to make sure you understand something, because I want to make sure we are organizing you as you start your new company. You see the different message? You're starting your new company. And I just want to make sure you understand, here's the value of this company, Anne-Marie. You have no employees. You have no infrastructure costs to speak of. But here's the thing we're going to organize you with. You're going to get the same tax advantages of any other business. Now, have you ever owned your own business, Anne-Marie? No, you've always been an employee? Okay. So right now, you're W-2, right? Yes. Perfect. You know that you're going to be able to take advantage of a lot of tax advantages? So just right there, Anne-Marie, okay, you can't lose here. Because I want to make sure you know, whatever product package we choose, and we're going to go through that in a moment, that's a write-off. So what is it going to really cost you? Really nothing. Now, you should talk to your own tax person about this, but I'm telling you, that's your cost of doing business. But now, watch this. You can't write off your cell phone with your job, right? You can't here. You can't write off your car payment, okay, a percentage of it. You can't here. There's a lot of different things, and I'm going to show her. Now, did I not just right there, give her a whole different vision of what she's really saying yes or no to? Right? And I haven't even asked for the package yet. But now, really, Anne-Marie, here's what I really want to do. Okay, I really want to talk about your goals. This is before she's involved. This is before. So, tell me, Anne-Marie, what do you want to do? Well, man, I got to get out of this job. Okay, can I ask you a personal question? And if this is too personal, just tell me. I say this all the time. What do you need to replace? Well, I've done very well, Jeff. $15,000 a month. Okay, so that would be your ultimate goal here, right? Well, not my ultimate, but that's what I need to replace. Perfect. So I write down 15,000. Okay, so what we're going to do, I know the number now. So what am I getting her to think about? Replacing. Now, let me ask you, if we got you $2,000 a week, does that take some pressure off you? Oh, you have no idea. Of course it would. What would you need, right, to walk away? Well, if I could just make 7, knowing the possibilities, I would walk away from what I'm doing. Okay, so I know what the number is, 2,000 a week. So Anne-Marie, I want to put that in your head. 2,000 a week is our goal. Now, you see what I just did? I'm getting her to think about earning money, not spending money. Okay, I want to do this first. And so when I go for the package at the end, she's already thinking about all the benefits. Okay, so I might sit down with somebody and they go, hey, you know what, if I could just cover a car payment. Okay, what's your car payment? Son, $500 a month. Perfect. You know the basic business plan is? We're going to put you on a plan, whatever they tell me, to make $500 a week. Whatever they say, I'm going to put it on a weekly basis. So now I'm getting them to think. Got it. See, I'm getting them to think about making money here. Now, you know why? Because you've already seen all the information, Anne-Marie. It's because of the wearable tech industry. I'm reselling what I know she's already seen. So I'm making it possible for her to believe it. This is going to be a $34 billion market, Anne-Marie, with or without us. Now she's like, she's nodding. Now, I already know this one because I know what you already do. You've hit the glass ceiling, right? You want to be paid what you're worth. And so I'm just walking her through all the benefits. But here's the big thing, okay? Residual income. And I might even ask this question. Okay, Anne-Marie, if you lost your day job, how long could you keep your same standard of living? This is just a conversation, right? We're at a kitchen table. We might be on a Zoom call. Whatever it is, I'm going to do this first because I know without a doubt, I had a 14-year career. I left with a 6-month severance package, no residual income. You know, a big part of our income here, as we build this team together, we get a percentage off our team. And there's a residual income here, a component. And really what I really want to stress is really the benefit of working with a team. See, before someone makes a decision, guys, you know what they really want to know? Who's going to help me? Can I do this? This is the fear and doubt. So sometimes when someone says to you, well, I don't know, I don't think I could start with money, what do you think they're really saying? Do you really believe they're saying they have no money? No. You just haven't painted the picture well enough so they know what they're really buying. I don't make this about buying Helos. I don't make this about buying Biozen. I make this about what it's going to mean for them. The widget makes no difference. I know you're going to argue with me on that one, but it doesn't. Providing I can relate to what I know Anne-Marie wants to accomplish, it really makes no difference. So I got to take this time on the front end prior to them now going into and picking their package. Because if I do this, do you think it's going to be much easier for me when I go down and I present the premium pack? Because now she's not thinking about spending $2,000, she's thinking earning $2,000. She's not thinking about spending $2,000, she's thinking about tax advantages. She's not thinking about spending $2,000, she's thinking about leaving that job she hates. But unless I found out she hates her job, I have no ammunition. Right? So I don't care if this takes an hour, would it be worth it? If it took a half hour, would it be worth it? To really bring somebody in the right way? And I'm telling you, free user will never come out of your mouth. Would McDonald's say, here, we're going to make you a free user first? That's just fear and doubt. You know what that also is? It's a smokescreen for you. I sponsored somebody. No, you didn't. You got a free user. And I'm not making fun, guys. I'm just showing you, what is this worth? Being part of a system, the mentorship, the coaching, weekly calendar of events. What is this really worth? Take the time before you start going. Do you want to start with a single, family, or premium plus Biozen? Take the time and go through this. Because I'm telling you, first of all, you're going to build rapport. The person's going to believe you really care about them. They're not just a number. All right, what package do you want? Here's my website. I'm sending you the link. Click on it and buy it. And then we'll talk in, we'll talk in 4 weeks when you get your product. Really? So I'm just giving you just little tips. Finding out about what you're sponsoring. And then when this happens, now, do you see more value now when you go through your packages here? I found out everything about Anne-Marie. Right? Maybe sometimes you find out too much, but that's okay. That's good. That's a good thing. Because guys, if you really understand this business, sponsoring means you're linking arms. How do I know what Anne-Marie has in her? Well, how do I know? We might be linking arms for 10, 15 years and building a multi-million-dollar corporation together. Right? But I got to find out what I got. And I want her to know what she's saying yes or no to. See, now I'm telling you, you're not going to get the dumb questions. You only get the dumb questions when you leave everything open. When you start saying, well, what package are you going to do? Well, I need more information. Well, do you want to do the family pack? Well, I have no money. This is when you get all the stuff. Because you didn't sit down and really share with them what this really means for them. See, I understand the value of what this is. This is the biggest business they will ever own. And look at the benefits that you're getting. Now when you go through, right? So what you just did is you created desire. Because I know without a doubt, there's something right here that's going to hit them right between their eyes. Someone question this. How can you go through this and not find a hot button? And really start asking questions about the person. I'm telling you, they're going to spill it out. So I just now created desire within that person. Because I've listened, I've talked, I'm recognizing their needs as I go through this globe. And I'm going to focus on their desire. I know because I already talked to, I'm just using Anne-Marie. Okay, I know her hot button because I found that out the day I met her. When I found out her background, I knew her hot button. She wants out, right? She doesn't want to work for anybody else anymore. She's sick and tired of her quota being raised and the company not doing. I could relate to that. Boom. I could hone right in there. See, I'm focusing on what she's telling me, but a lot of you guys don't take the time on the front end. And that's why you get all the objections. And that's why you'll settle for, okay, just go, here's my website. Okay, please just be a free user, please. And then you see their name pop up. You go, oh my God, I got somebody. Now listen, I'm not making fun. Because if that's a little success for you, great. Remember, I'm trying to take you to the next level. To really believe what you are offering people. You know why you take a free user? Because you don't believe. You don't believe. It's not them, it's you. Oh, am I going to bring this person into the same business I'm not getting results from? Uh-oh. Tell me if that's not sometimes a question. See, I know all the things that go through your heads because they've gone through mine. I'm not getting results. Can I really bring this person into this? Well, you got to always go back, right, to why you said yes. So this is how you do it. This is how you create desire. And this is how you then bring people in and you lead by example. And I will always give the right communication. I'm going to tell people what to do. I'm going to let them know what they're saying yes or no to. And I'm going to work with the people that do it. That's what we do. Those are my builders. That's who I spend all my time with. So here's the mentality. Always try to get into a conversation with everybody you meet. Just say hi. Just say hi. Watch what starts to happen. Let it flow. Practice this. And then you'll get really good at asking the right questions and identifying the ones that will let you know they want to change their financial situation. Sharing your vision. Maybe it goes to the next step. It's always, there's just steps, guys. Now, this is mostly when you're out there, you're prospecting. Share your vision, sell the dream, tell your story. And show them how simple it is if they said yes. 2-minute video. Webinar. I could do that. Okay, now the process starts. And then before, right? They make their decision before you go in and talk about any packages. My challenge today is go through that globe. Go through it. Let them know what's behind the package. And then you're going to get really good at knowing your numbers. How many people do you have to have in your funnel to get your results? Right? How many people to start getting consistent results? And there's only 2 ways to grow faster. Friendship with more people or improve your skills. Okay? That's good how that M has to move down here. Okay? So those are the ways. Now watch. I'm going to go through that. I went through that last part fast. What time is it? Okay, I got 2 minutes. So now when I go through, let me do this. Okay, now when I sit down with somebody, after going through all that, now, don't I better my chances to now go through the packages? Once I went through all this with Anne-Marie, and I got her thinking about, wow, quitting my job, making $2,000 a week, being paid what I'm worth, I'm part of this. These are the people that are going to be helping me. Do you think now I could simply and confidently sit down and show her why she should buy a premium pack and Biozen? Right? I could show her the value of that because now she's not thinking about spending the money. She's thinking about, oh my gosh. And now I'm going to be able to show her and she's going to see really what's behind this product. And worst case, what? I go premium plus Biozen. I'm telling you how to present. Then worst case is, okay, I'll tell you what, let's get the premium. And worst case, they buy a family. But normally if you're presenting premium and Biozen and then premium, then family, what do most people choose? The middle one. So now I just took what? Somebody and I got them a premium. So what happens to my SV? And how many less people do I need to get to diamond? You guys got it? But do you see how you do it? It's because you showed the value of what's behind premium. And I'm telling them, worst case, I'm getting family. But nowhere in here is free user. Nowhere here is, where does that even come up? Unless the person only knows what you tell them. And you only tell them what you want them to know. I don't want them to know. Why? Because are they really going to build a business as a free user? What do you think they're going to duplicate? What do you think they're going to talk to their people about? Well, here's how I started. Free user. Okay, what's 20% of free users? I got my left team of free users and my right team. When all my free users match up and I make my 20%, what do I make? Really? Well, Jeff, someday they'll do it. No, they won't. No, they won't. So that's me. Who's holding their head? You okay over there? Oh, okay. Scaring me. He went bye-bye. Okay. Maybe he has a lot of free users. All right. So anyway, guys, that's what I want to talk about today. One other thing before we hang up. Okay, remember, do that before you ask for the money. How do I get started? I don't care if the person's even saying that. Hang on a second. I want to make sure you understand, okay, the value of what we're offering you here. You're going to be more empowered when you do it this way. And the person's going to go, wow, they're not just trying to recruit me. This person's really wants me to succeed. They're spending the time. And if you're doing it on the front end, what do you think they're thinking? Well, they're going to do it on the back end. When you talk about training and leverage and mentorship. See, sometimes what you're doing is not matching up to what we're talking about is going to happen. Okay. The other thing is, don't elephant hunt. This is a whole nother training. In other words, guys, listen, if you have connections I have people going, if I get the school district, if I could get this hospital, if I could get, these are big deals. There's a lot of red tape with big deals. Don't spend your time, okay, on one big deal. You could sponsor 20 new people before one big deal comes your way. Now, I'm not saying not to pursue it, but put it in the hopper and don't count on it. Sometimes big deals take years because there's board of directors. There has to be approvals, okay? If you have the contact, great. But normally, unless the person's a decision maker, I'm not wasting my time. Now, I want to make sure all the distributors, I had 2 people yesterday say they have this. Okay, we'll do the call, but I want to make sure you understand this is a process. Well, if I could get this, I know this, but you're going to go broke waiting for it to harvest. You got to do the little things. So anyway, that's a whole nother training. We'll get into that. But appreciate all of you guys at 7:49. Want to keep this to 50 minutes max. So I will see all of you tomorrow. And Anne Marie, you calling me? Okay. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.